everyone, thank you for joining our channel. Josh and Sabrina Take on the World. Sabrina's not here in this video today. She's not really overly interested in cryptocurrency. I probably put her to sleep in talking about it. Hopefully I don't put you guys to sleep, but you know, that's definitely a possibility. We haven't done a video in a while. We got really busy during COVID, and as a result we haven't been too active on the channel. But in the evenings, I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos lately on cryptocurrency, specifically Shiba Inu. So I wanted to do a video in regards to Shiba Inu and cryptocurrency, just because I was getting a little tired of the hype that was out there with regards to Shiba Inu, and I was hoping to maybe shed a little bit of reality, what I like about Shiba Inu, what I don't overly like about Shiba Inu or the hype around Shiba Inu, and just kind of talk it out and see if I can get some comments as to what your guys' thoughts are in the comments down below. And if you like the video on cryptocurrency, maybe this is something that we can do as a regular sort of video. Before we get started, I am not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you to buy Shiba Inu or any crypto. I'm not telling you to hold. I'm not telling you to sell. So any research that you need to do the research on your own. Talk to your financial advisor if you have one, and make sure you do your own research, do your own due diligence. Anytime you're spending your own money on something, you know, don't just listen to people on YouTube and what people are saying, because there's a whole heck of a load of hype around Shiba Inu. So basically, what is Shiba Inu? If you're here watching this video, you probably already know Shiba Inu is basically started out as a meme coin back in August of 2020. I think we're still now with Shiba Inu sitting around the top 10 most popular cryptocurrencies that's out there. And there's definitely a lot of hype around Shiba Inu. A lot of the YouTubers that are out there are like super excited about it, always pumping it up. I'm here to talk about it. I have a small portion in Shiba Inu and some other cryptocurrencies, but you know, I just want to help people kind of cut through that hype and see that it's not all just hype. That you got to remember, this is real money that you're investing, and you got to be careful, because it's all just a complete gamble. So first, what do I like about Shiba Inu? What do I think Shiba Inu's got going for it? Well, it's got a great community that's out there. People like yourself, myself, that watch these YouTube videos, participate in chat forums. I think just a month or so ago, Shiba Inu hit over 1 million wallet holders. You know, I don't know what that translates into real physical number of users with wallets, because I've even got a couple of wallets that are out there. So, you know, I out of that 1 million, I don't know how many true individuals that are, but you know, certainly 1 million is a milestone that we've hit, which is pretty good to say. It started out in August of 2020. We definitely saw a real good run up in October. Things looked really good. That's when I started to kind of hear about it, and you know, got involved and getting some myself. And I think that's when a lot of people started to get involved, and you know, you saw that number get up there to I forget the highest point. I think it was 0.0000 maybe 8.3, somewhere in around there. But right now, as of today, what is today? Today's what Wednesday, I think today, and the 28th of December. At the time of this video, we're sitting at around 0.000035 of a US cent. We've kind of been trending sideways and a little bit down, you know, but great community that's out there. That's one of the biggest, strongest things I think that SHIB has going for it, is the SHIB army. I think anytime you can get a lot of people behind something, you know, can certainly help with the momentum and pushing it forward. The only thing I worry about is that if SHIB continues to kind of go sideways, I think that, you know, there might be some interest lost. We won't pick up some new investors if it starts to get out of the media cycle. People won't hear about it, and it might start to die down, which is what happens with a lot of tech and stuff that's out there. It starts to get out of that media cycle, and then before you know it, nobody's really talking about it, and it's like, oh, kind of forgot that company even existed, right? So you know, I think the community is really great. Development, there's a lot of interesting things going on right there. You know, there's the game potentially coming out, which is kind of exciting. Don't really know how all that's going to work. I don't think anybody really does right now, but we've just gotten a little bit of a teaser about a game coming out, maybe as a potential way to burn the cryptocurrency. You know, the amount of cryptocurrency is one of the things that, you know, truly gets under my skin. There's so much of it out there. If you look, we started out with 1 quadrillion tokens, coins, 1 quadrillion. You know, I really hate math, and I wasn't even sure what the heck a quadrillion was. I had to do a quick lookup of it. 1 quadrillion is 1,000 trillion coins. So tons and tons of coins that are out there. And, you know, that's what makes it really, really hard for Shiba Inu to really push through and get to, like, you know, some of those holy grails that people are talking about. Like, oh, it's going to hit 1 cent. 1 cent's difficult to hit. $1 would be insanely difficult with the amount of supply that we've got right now. So, you know, if you think of it this way, I think there's roughly, 49 trillion coins still left in circulation. Half of those coins were given to Vitalik Buterin, co-founder of Ethereum. It was given to them by the developers of Shiba Inu. He turned around and gave some of that to charity. I think it was something like $1 billion of Shiba Inu and some other cryptocurrencies to India, I think, for COVID relief. And he took the rest of it and he sent it to a burn wallet. And as everybody knows, a burn wallet is basically a wallet they don't have the keys for. They don't know how to get back into it. So when you send it to that, it's basically just like a black hole. You can't get that fund back. So, you know, he basically, thankfully for us, got rid of half of the circulating supply. And but that still leaves us with 549 trillion coins that are out there. I know there's been different burn parties and things like that are going on, but you know, when I watch the YouTubers that are out there and they go, oh yeah, they just burnt like a million coins or 1.5 million coins. Like, come on, let's be realistic. Like 1.5 million coins is what, $60 US? So, you know, I know that every little bit helps, and if people want to take that and they want to burn it, that's helpful. But at the end of the day, it's probably like a flea on the back of a rhinoceros's back. You know, it's so incidental. You know, nobody's really going to feel it. It's not going to drive the price of the currency up. And right now, I don't think we've really heard of a good way to burn the currency and really start to get rid of it. And that's what we need to see with Shiba Inu is how can we get rid of some of that circulating supply? Because the fewer coins that get out there, it's going to help to drive that price up. So if you look right now, if we were to hit a penny with the current circulating supply as it is, so if you were to say, like, watch these YouTubers, next year we might hit a penny or 5 cents or whatever, I think so much of that is just clickbait. They just want you to watch the videos and then, you know, click down below and buy the stocks or whatever, go to their partners or whatever and sign up for stocks so they can get commissions. No, I don't like any of that kind of stuff. Nobody wants clickbait. Nobody wants to get involved in that kind of stuff. So at the end of the day, you know, why are those videos out there that are the same every single day? Because they know that you and I, because I've been watching it, that's why I got, you know, kind of irritated and wanted to create this video, because I've been watching the same videos every single night, thinking, you know, I want some info. I want to know what's going on, right? And you know, it's always the same sort of thing. And there's a lot of hype, but I find that oftentimes there's not a whole lot of explaining it all through. Now, there have been some good videos that I've watched that people have explained it through, but you know, I don't know whether everybody's seen those videos, which is why I wanted to talk about some of those in the video that I'm doing today. One of those being the circulating supply. At 549 trillion coins that are out there, if it goes to 1 cent, that means Shiba Inu's market cap is going to be over $5 trillion. So to put that into perspective, Apple is just below. Apple might be the first $3 trillion company. So, you look at Apple just being potentially a $3 trillion company. They're sitting right now at around 2.99 trillion, I think. Tesla, just over $1 trillion for Tesla. Market cap for Bitcoin right now, I think, is sitting at around 900 billion, give or take a bit. Ethereum, same thing, not quite 900 billion. I think they're only around in the 400 billion range. But with Bitcoin and Ethereum, Bitcoin, the maximum number of coins that they can have is 21 million coins. 21 million coins compared to Shiba Inu with 549 trillion. So in order for any of us at the end of the day to really make some money, we got to find a way, or the developers have to find a way to get rid of a lot of that circulating supply. So, for regular retail investors like myself, probably yourself, we're not trading it on a daily basis. We're not buying low and tomorrow selling a little bit high. We're buying it low and trying to hold it because we're passionate about it, and we think that, in the future that we could make some money off of it. For us, we've got to hold it that long term. And in order to hold it that long term, we got to hope that there's plans long term to be able to burn it. So, that's where some of the excitement around the game comes in. I've heard some rumors that you might be able to burn the currency through playing the game. I don't know exactly how that's going to work. But there's some potentials, I guess, there for it. But when people say, to $1 next year or to $1 maybe the year after, like, think of it. 549 trillion coins, if it were to hit $1, that means that it would be, if the circulating supply was the same as right now, when it hits $1, that would mean it would be worth a market capitalization of $549 trillion. Like, that's unrealistic to be able to hit that, but we all get excited because the currency is so low. When you figure it's at 0.000035 right now, and you think, 1 cent, that, if 1 cent isn't really that much, but it's got a long way to go to get to that 1 cent, and the barrier to getting to that 1 cent right now is that circulating supply. We got to find out how that circulating supply is going to dwindle and get rid of it. At the end of the day, I think that it's a good currency or crypto to put some funds into. I wouldn't be sinking any more money into it than what you could afford to lose, because really any of these cryptos is a gamble, and the small cryptos seem to really get hit and smashed when the big cryptos like Bitcoin and Ethereum have a bad day. It seems like some of the little cryptos really kind of take it on the cheek. So it really impacts it. And if you put money maybe in at when it was at 0.000060, and now you're seeing it at 3.5, and you lost half the money that you put into there, that would be really disenchanting to see that sort of thing. And at the end of the day, there's no sure guarantee that anybody's going to be mega multimillionaires from these investments, because 2 years down the road, something could come out and it could be better and greater than Shiba Inu, and all of a sudden, Shiba isn't worth as much, or it loses following along the way. And kind of think back in tech. Think back to before 2007, I think it was, when the iPhone came out. Look how popular rim Blackberries were. Rim Blackberries were everywhere. They were in TV shows all over the place. Everybody had one. They were all over the corporate world. Then all of a sudden, game changer like the iPhone comes out and caught RIM off guard, and RIM didn't kind of pivot and get more into the apps, which is Apple really started getting in and open up the apps for all those app developers. All of a sudden, Apple started to take that market share, and so did other players. I talk about Apple because I use Apple devices, but of course can't forget about Google and Android and that at the same time. So, it was real double whammy for RIM getting hit there. And now look where RIM is today. They're still in business, but I don't think providing phones anymore. I think they were licensing their name out to people that were sticking them on phones, but it's definitely not the same as it was before. So, look, if you had bought stock in RIM before all that happened, thinking, hey, RIM's going to go to the moon, And then look at it did not, right? It didn't. Same thing could be said of Apple. If you look at Apple back in 1997, I've got an old Wired magazine from 1997, and on the cover of it was an Apple logo with barbs all wrapped around it, and the subject underneath was like pray. And they were talking about like Apple was going to disappear. Like it was really, really bad for Apple at that particular time period. And if you had bought in some Apple shares back then, you could have bought in the Apple shares for like, not even a dollar. And as of today, I think they were trading at around $179 US. So, on the same hand as RIM with BlackBerry was like really chugging along and looked really good, Apple didn't look so good. And then you look at Apple ended up, taking over and dominating in a particular market along with Google. Whereas before that, Apple looked like they were a has-been and weren't going to go anywhere and were going to be closing up shop or selling out to somebody. So, maybe some of this crypto stuff, you got to watch all these different ones. Maybe the one that's not really getting the attention right now or doesn't look like it's a great bet to get into, it might be the one that ends up having the legs and moves on. But, that's what I find that a lot of the videos that are out there aren't really talking about. You really got to look back at tech patterns, because these are tech type things, right? They're technology, they're people's blockchain and what they're developing on the blockchain. You look at one of the promising things with Shiba Inu or Shibarium, their own layer on the Ethereum, which hopefully will be coming out soon. Really gets away from hopefully high transaction fees. I went to move some Shiba Inu today from one wallet to another wallet, and it was this afternoon when I went to do it. I had $40 worth of Ethereum also sitting in that same wallet. I didn't even have insufficient funds to move the SHIB into another wallet. It was going to cost over $40 to move the SHIB to another wallet in the middle of the day today. So, if you look at that right now, you look at players like AMC coming on, which is positive, accepting SHIB, and some of these other ones that are coming out, that's all positive news. But at the same time, you got to look at it from the other side, and you got to go like, these transaction fees are nuts. Who's going to go and pay like $10 for a movie ticket and then have to pay a $40 transaction fee in Ethereum to be able to get your tickets and to facilitate the transaction? It's just crazy. Now, I haven't researched it all, so I don't know what the fees would be cut down with Shibarium. I don't know if they've even stated that yet. If you know anything about that, please write in the comments down below. I'm interested as well. My take on it is I'm looking to hodl. I'm not looking at buying movie tickets with my SHIB or buying things at any retailer with my SHIB. I'm looking at holding it long term. You look at the guy. There was an article I think a while ago. I don't know whether it was fully true or not. I've had a couple of people tell me about it too, about the person that turned around and spent $40 years and years ago to buy the first pizza or something with Bitcoin, and that $40 that they spent on the value of the Bitcoin, would have been worth thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in today's dollar, and they're saying like it was the most expensive pizzas ever bought. So, realistically, I know that they're trying to build the utility in there with SHIB so that you can transact with it, but like, are you guys looking at spending your SHIB on things? Because if you're looking at spending your SHIB on things right now, how are you going to become mega millionaires if everybody that's saying you will be is true? I don't know. So maybe write in the comments down below what your thoughts are on that sort of thing. Like I say, I'm looking at holding. I'm not looking at spending it anywhere. I don't want to be down in the future and think, oh crap, that $100 thing I bought, cripes, could have been worth now $10,000 if I hadn't have spent it and left it invested. So that's kind of my position with everything is to invest it and ride it out over the long term, whether it's 5, 10, 15 years. You never know, and at the end of the day, you just want to make sure that you feel comfortable when you want to get out or you want to start to take some profits, that you do so, and you don't wait, because there's some people that leaves things in too long, and maybe something does happen, and the market drops, and you don't get out of it what you potentially could have gotten. So anyways, I'm not trying to beat up on SHIB. Like I say, I have some of it, but I just, you watch all these different videos that are out there, and there's a lot of clickbait and everything out there with these videos, and then you go, oh my goodness, like this is so exciting. Like I could be a multimillionaire one day from like $50 worth of SHIB or $1,000 worth of SHIB. Could that potentially happen? Sure. Potentially, if all that burn stuff comes into play and they get a lot of that circulating supply out of there, for sure, there's a possibility out of that. The possibility is not zero. But, is the possibility that it ultimately doesn't go anywhere and you lose everything that you've invested into it? That's also an equal possibility. And everybody's got to remember that when you're playing the crypto game, your gains can be huge. Your gains can be a lot larger in a very short period of time than maybe what traditional stocks can be. But at the same time, they swing wildly. You might be up one day today, and then the next day, it's dropped a ton of percentage points, like as we've seen with Bitcoin in that lately. So, really not for the faint of heart, and I know that a lot of people right now, I think, are really getting engaged and excited about it, and maybe some of them don't have all that kind of money that they really should be putting into it, but they feel like they're going to miss out on an opportunity if they don't. Maybe your neighbor comes over and says, hey, put that money into SHIB, like, you're going to miss out, you're not going to be a millionaire, and all this other stuff. Well, maybe, but maybe not at the same time. So, really only invest what you're willing to lose is what I would do. And there's also other ways to do it. Some people, like myself, if you want, you can try and do a little bit of mining. So rather than put your hard-earned dollars into it, you can use a site like Unmineable. You can buy maybe an extra video card for your computer. If you got a high-powered one in there already, you can start to actually mine some Ethereum, I believe it is, through Unmineable, and then they transact it and turn it into SHIB for you, and then it pays it out into your wallet. So there's another opportunity to be able to invest into SHIB and some of these other cryptocurrencies, just a little bit here and there, without even having to really spend any money directly in purchasing it. So if you went out and bought a video card, and then a year down the road SHIB isn't worth anything, or you need the money back from the card, the way that chips are right now, you could probably turn around and sell that same video card that you buy today for as much, if not more, in the next year, with the way that the prices have been rising on those sorts of things. So if you're interested in a video on mining SHIB through a site like Unmineable, let me know in the comments down below. We can do up a video on that, and you can start to basically mine away. You might be able to mine like $50 every 15 days and just keep having it go into your wallet and buy more and more coins. Of course, there's some electricity charge in there with that, but you can get really high efficient cards. And some of them that are out there, they don't have real good as fast speeds to be able to mine as quickly, but they're not more than a 60-watt light bulb to run them. So there's potential to be able to do something like that. So anyways, at the end of the day, it's all up to you what you invest in, but please, don't watch these videos like I was and getting super hyped up over stuff and thinking that, whoa, this is just amazing, because after a while you watch the same video over and over and over again, and you realize that, wait a minute, like they were saying that we were going to see gains a month ago, and we still haven't. We've actually kind of dropped, right? So any of this stuff, if you're looking to hopefully make money, and you've only invested a little bit into it, it's going to be a long kind of haul. So it's almost like, put it in there, kind of forget that it's even there, and maybe in the future we get lucky, we find out that the developers built a real good burn model moving forward into the system, and that more and more people jump on the bandwagon, and we find out that Shiba Inu really does go to the moon. But if you only invested as much as you were comfortable losing, if we find out that that doesn't happen, you're not going to be, poor, right, or destitute, or deeply affected by it. I've seen stories where people go out and they've sold their condos and things like that, moved in with people to put all kinds of money into stuff like Doge, and then luckily for some of them they made out really, really well. But the reality of that is that it really could have gone the other way. They could have invested in the BlackBerry the day before the iPhone came out, and the Android devices started to come out, and then you find that poof, you've lost it. You've lost it all. So it's really all, at the end of the day, a complete gamble. Anyways, I hope that you've enjoyed this video. I hope that you've enjoyed my ramblings. If you haven't, by all means, give it a thumbs down so that I know. Won't do another video again like this if people don't like it. But if you do like it and you want to hear more about SHIB, you want to hear more about mining, we can get into talking about hot wallets and cold wallets and what the differences are. I use a Ledger Nano X type device, so if you're interested in those and you'd like me to do a review on that, or you've got any other questions, put them down in the comments below. If you do like the video, please give it a thumbs up. I'm not doing any sponsored videos. I'm not doing any stock type, click on down below here to go to here and choose your free stock and everything else. I'm not looking to profit off of any of that. So I'm just looking to hopefully improve my YouTube algorithms. So if you like it, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel and give it a like. And what does everybody else say? Smash that notification bell. Until next time, thanks for watching.